And her opponent from San Antonio, Texas, she is curly and gritty, the angel with attitude, fast but fierce, the pink dream,
Gracia, all smiles, but there's a devil inside with her recent behavior. You know, had jumped Brittany Brooks from behind, then went on to defeat her in one-on-one competition. Was in a very historic match with Big Mama, the first matchup for the United Women's World title. Wants another crack. The winner of this one will get a shot at the title and Big Mama.
Yeah, you got to think Big Mama is watching this match very closely to see just who she'll take on for that UWN Women's Championship. And a bit of a mixed reaction tonight from the crowd here for Alex Gracia. Certainly the fans appreciating the charisma of Gracia, the fact that she is an entrepreneur, a very successful woman in professional wrestling and beyond. But many of the fans also know she attacked Bryn Thorne last week, which seemed a bit of an overreaction, TK, some might say.
Well, said, say it to my face before attacking her from behind. And Bryn Thorne is a very dangerous adversary, one step ahead in this one thus far. Thorne is a lethal striker, and there you see it, throwing the high heat right up the middle with the knee. Quick cover looking for the early win. Not yet. I, for one, would love to see Bryn Thorne and Big Mama. Bryn Thorne, with that striking, might just be able to chop down Big Mama, who has been virtually unstoppable.
Sure, but if you see Alex Gracia versus Big Mama, you get to see a new attitude from Gracia as she would challenge for that women's championship.
As you mentioned, Big Mama likely looking on here. Bryn Thorne now thought it was going to be a suplex, drives her down. Here's the cover, and that's a good way to separate your AC joint on the shoulder right there. That 12-6 on the clock. Nasty stuff.
Thorne impressive so far. Able to muscle up Gracia, drop her right down onto the knee, right into the trap of Gracia. Can do a lot of damage there, but Gracia quick here in her answer.
Yeah, great job to slide through. Gracia is an expert at using her surroundings as a weapon. You see it here. Got something devastating in mind on the outside, just starts to hammer the belle of the brawl, who finds herself in the brawl. Full head of steam, big knee lift there, giving Thorne a taste of her own medicine.
Speaking of medicine, Gracia recently practicing medicine across a national television broadcast. We saw her as a doctor, and she can do it all.
Is she a doctor or just plays one on TV?
That's it. You never know with Gracia.
Well, when you've talked in the past of the Pink Dream Collective, she's been collecting a lot of victories, and ligaments and tendons are screaming right now for the belle of the brawl, who might be hard-pressed to get back to a vertical base here. That leg grapevine there by Gracia.
Yeah, putting a ton of torque on the left knee of Bryn Thorne. Nice counter there by Thorne. Gracia, though, now in guard. A big bomb from Gracia.
Posturing up into the ground and pound, little death from above. And he now just got to have lightning bolts of pain radiating through that knee and up through the entire leg of Thorne here. Into the cover now goes Gracia, trying to earn a shot at another shot at the world title. And you know, even if Thorne gets back to a vertical base, she's just not going to be able to pivot and put much torque into her strikes. Gracia has really taken away the primary weapon of the belle of the brawl.
There's something really special about Gracia the second half of this year as it's getting started, and the way she is approaching her fights, the way she's approaching training camp. It's just a completely different attitude from Gracia, and one that I think will continue to mount victories for her.
Looking for the submission victory here, looking for the ankle lock. Rolling through, nice submission to defense there, and the up kick by Thorne. Inside cradle, might catch her here. Close call, near fall. Full head of steam by Gracia, just trucks her with the clothesline. Here's the cover. Competitive back and forth matchup here.
I'm just sitting here thinking about and dreaming about exactly what the match would look like, whether it was between Thorne and Big Mama, whether it was between Gracia and Big Mama 4. The biggest prize here in the United Wrestling Network. And I'm not sure who I'd want to see more. Would I want to see Thorne and her that sort of tough exterior that she brings? Is she the better contender to fight against Mama, or is this new attitude that we see from Gracia and her attack from any angle, even using the ropes to her advantage?
But it has to break there, and that's the thing. If she finds herself in another world title match, you got to make sure you can only win that title by pinfall or submission. Don't want to get yourself disqualified. And if she gets disqualified here, she can kiss that title shot goodbye.
That's a good point. A lot at stake tonight in this #1 contender match. You can tell referee Chris Massey warning Gracia not to be using the turnbuckles in her offense, and just completely ignores him and goes forward again.
Drop toe hold by Gracia. Pretty full of herself. This #1 contenders match continues next. Welcome back, everyone. Alex Gracia remains in the driver's seat of this matchup. Todd Kenley, Christian Cole with the call of the action. And I think the difference here, Christian, is the deposits that Gracia put in the pain bank, attacking the lower extremities earlier in the match.
Yeah, I like how Gracia is using every inch of the squared circle, using the ropes, using the turnbuckles, but her submission game is on point too. Gracia, very impressive.
Oh, look at that. We've talked about torque a lot in this matchup, really wrenching there, twisting her whole body into this. Thorne does not want to give up, though, because if she submits, then she loses that opportunity. Gracia is well-traveled, well-versed.
Yeah, this is not a standard submission you would see in the United States. You have to wonder if Gracia learned this hold in her travels and competition in Mexico, where exactly she's picking up this submission game, but she is very impressive and dynamic.
The ring is becoming one big dissection pan, and Gracia is picking apart the belle of the brawl. Thorne in big trouble here, but Gracia cannot get carried away here, has got to keep her eye on the prize, and it's a big one in this matchup, a #1 contender title shot opportunity.
Violent kick to the jaw. Did that put her out? Is Thorne out? 2 count and no.
Thorne has got so much heart, but she's had to go into complete survival mode. In your estimation, Christian, what can Thorne possibly do to get back on the offense?
Well, I want to see the Thorne that we saw in that interview before she was attacked by Alex Gracia. I want to see that intimidation factor. She's going to have to fight back and deliver some right hands just like that. Nice counter by Thorne.
Going to be interesting to see how much Thorne has behind these strikes. Getting around. Oh, now has to carry that extra body weight, showing a lot of great strength, though. Belle of the brawl takes her down. Ushikaroshi action, and how close was that? An eyelash away from becoming the #1 contender.
I am very impressed with Thorne and her ability in the ring. Her nonstop onslaught and her ability to attack consistently. There was a few moments ago we thought she was out of this fight, and now right back in it.
Yeah, but that adrenaline will only take you so far. Has to strike while the iron's hot. Does the belle of the brawl. She going for here has got Gracia all kinds of wrapped up. Gracia out the back door. Gracia with the backstabber. Dead center of the ring. Dead to rights. Gonna get the win. No! What a match.
I have no idea how Thorne kicks out of that on pure will and instinct, saving a potential #1 contendership and a date with Big Mama for the championship.
Frustration maybe setting in on Gracia. She's got to be thinking, what do I have to do to put Thorne away? Swing and a miss. Bryn Thorne goes upstairs. Big high kick. Has the arm hooked. Look at this.
That's locked in deep. And now using the leg for extra leverage. Gracia trying to inch her way to the bottom rope and break the hold. Neck bending. Will Thorne get the victory and become #1 contender? Roll up? No.
Boy, applying a lot of pressure and a crucifix pin, so double jeopardy for Gracia, who now reverses the weight back and forth here. Jackknife cover now by Gracia, Thorne out of there. Feverishly looking for the pinfall and submission victories in this matchup. Oh, look at this. There we go. She's won a lot of matches with that. The Pink Dream becoming a nightmare and gets another win and earns another shot.
Your winner, Gracia.
Shout out to Bryn Thorne. She is very, very good. Coming up a little short tonight, but now we can start to pontificate about exactly what a rematch will look like for the UWN Women's Championship. It'll be Alex Gracia challenging for the title against the champion Big Mama. But Alex Gracia coming in different this time.
A World Championship history be made later on this program. EJ Sparks, Thorne Oasis Heritage title in our main event.